It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Monday, the 14th of September. I'm Michael Groff. Dry conditions and temperatures to remain above average through the upcoming week. The only sensible weather to be found will be the haze or lofted smoke that we have around here from the wildfires burning through the west. And even that should be thinning out quite a bit by tomorrow. So let's get into it first. Yesterday, 103 degrees was our afternoon high, 74 the morning low. The normal high now down to 101, the normal low 78. Outside now here just after 7 o'clock. Those are not clouds out there. That is all haze and smoke. And we're sitting at 81 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 46. Relative humidity 30%. The winds are light and the barometer is rising. Temperatures around the area right now, 65 the cool spot at Goldfield, 66 at Fort McDowell. Most locations around the metro are in the upper 70s to middle 80s. The upper air look shows high pressure continues to be the dominant weather feature here across the southwest, and that will remain the case. Some good news, though. There is a trough beginning to move into the Pacific Northwest, and that should bring some relief to all of those areas ravaged by wildfires. And look at the watch warning map. That khaki color that you see up there across parts of Oregon and Washington, those are dense smoke advisories. We also have air quality alerts. The pink, those are red flag warnings, and that darker gray, those are dense fog advisories. So we are starting to see some of that fog and some of the moisture coming in off the Pacific, and that should help at least somewhat. Elsewhere, hurricane warnings and tropical storm warnings for the Gulf Coast in association with Sally, and flash flood watches for a good portion of the southeastern U.S. as well. The convective outlook for today, a marginal risk of severe storms along the immediate Gulf Coast in association with Sally. It could be a few spin-up tornadoes down there. And speaking of the tropics, line them up. 4 named storms on the board. We also have Tropical Depression number 21 and a tropical wave coming off the African coast as the hits just keep on coming. So let's start with our Tropical Depression number 21. This is not going to stick around too long, looking like it will fizzle out. It may briefly become a tropical storm. If it does, it will get the name Vicky, as we are running out of names on our Atlantic hurricane list for this season. Then we'll go in alphabetical order thereafter. Here is Paulette, a hurricane right now, top winds 95 miles an hour, the eye of which has crossed over Bermuda. They took a direct hit from this storm this morning. This may actually become a major hurricane as it races out into the North Atlantic and then ultimately starts to encounter cooler waters and becomes post-tropical. Here's Renee. This system continues to weaken. It is now a tropical depression and it will be fizzling out. On the other hand, here is Sally as it continues to churn toward the Gulf Coast. And this is rapidly intensifying. You see a very impressive satellite presentation here. And this is expected to become a hurricane as it moves toward the mouth of the Mississippi, making landfall right there, the southeast Louisiana coast and up into southern Mississippi. And this is not moving very quickly. So obviously storm surge is going to be an immediate concern, but then very heavy rain, torrential rain, flash flooding, rainfall amounts 12 to 15 inches likely, especially again, extreme southeast Louisiana, southern Mississippi, even over into parts of South Alabama around Mobile. They could see some very heavy rain, but even inland areas such as Tuscaloosa, Alabama, over toward Montgomery, would not be surprised to see 6 to 8 inch amounts of rain as this very slowly begins to make its way inland. Then we have more. Yes, here's Teddy. This is our latest tropical storm. This is actually anticipated to become a major hurricane, but the good news is it will gain latitude and curve well east of the United States, hopefully curving east of Bermuda as well. Then, as if that's not enough, out in the East Pacific, which has been much quieter this season, we have Tropical Storm Karina. This will be moving off to the north and west, out to sea, and probably won't even become a hurricane. Ultimately, it will diminish as well. All right, precipitation around here for the next 7 days. No rain in the valley, basically nothing statewide. A dry weather pattern is expected for the most part over the next week or so. And we'll talk about it in more detail as we take a look at modeling. Here we go, the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. High pressure building here across the southwest, kind of an east or even southeasterly flow, especially in the low levels. So a little moisture is starting to make its way in. So down at the surface today, sunny skies, but a lot of haze around, and that might hold temperatures down a couple of degrees from where they should be. So highs this afternoon, 101 to 104, And isolated showers and thunderstorms with that limited moisture over eastern Arizona. Wouldn't even be surprised to see a storm pop up over southwest Pinal County or far southern Maricopa County, but nothing for us here in the valley. Tonight, the skies are clear, some haze around once again, overnight lows mainly in the 70s to low 80s. And then tomorrow, haze around in the morning. That should be thinning out as we go through the day. Sunny skies otherwise, isolated storms in the eastern mountains. Highs 103 to 106. We'll probably tack on a degree or so as we go to Wednesday and Thursday. Highs could be around 105 to 108 then. As the sky remains sunny, the air mass remains dry. Notice the troughing going into the Pacific Northwest. Some much needed rain for extreme northern California, western Oregon, and Washington, where they really need it most. And an unsettled weather pattern should continue up there for most of the week. Around here for Friday, we might see high temperatures start to knock down just a bit as that troughing passes well to the north of us, flattening out the ridge. Highs back off a few degrees, and by the weekend, we're looking at highs generally 100 to 104 for both Saturday and Sunday. Both days, again, skies should remain mostly clear and a dry air mass to continue. Here we go out to a week from today. This is Monday, the 21st, and mostly a westerly flow around here, upper heights between 585 and 588 decameters. So high temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages, upper 90s to near 100 if that verifies. Going out 10 days to the end of the period, this is Wednesday the 23rd. And this run of the GFS shows a pretty impressive ridge, unfortunately, again over the Pacific Northwest. That would translate to dry conditions here all the way up into western Canada. But the European has a different solution. It has a pretty deep trough, very impressive trough over the Northeast Pacific, making its way to the Pacific Northwest, and a much wetter weather pattern up there. And around here, a 588 ridge centered over northern Colorado, and that could actually bring a little bit of moisture back in here with east to southeast flow. We'd much rather see the European solution verify. Speaking of, let's check out precipitation off of the European ensemble. 51 members, hardly a 1 shows any rain in here, so it looks very dry for the next couple of weeks. And temperatures off the European ensemble, again, very warm this week, highs well above average. Keep in mind, our normal high dips below the century mark after September 17th. And will be a little bit above average all the way out through the rest of the month, it looks like. And that'll do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the notification. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. I thank you so much for watching. Be safe out there. Stay cool. Drink plenty of water. Watch your kids around the swimming pool. And you guys have yourselves a fantastic Monday.